All right. What's the vision? Do you want to share it with me, or are you going to share it with the audience? What's the vision?
I'll give you one for I say it.
I don't see this going anywhere.
Nate is probably tired of hearing me say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We will be the Nike of nutrition.
Ooh, I like it.
Point blank. That's where we want to be.
You guys see this? Mark this down. This is 2026. They said that they're going to be the Nike of nutrition. I'm going to play this again whenever it happens. I believe you can be, because no one's doing what you're doing. Like an American product that's all natural, made by Americans in America and distributed in America. Who does that?
Two crazy
you
guys.
Do.
Two crazy guys.
Yeah,
we're too naive. We're too naive to know better.
Yeah, but like when people when they get that, I mean, this is the 250th anniversary of our country, because people like you have been like, this is what's right, and I'm going to fight for it to be where it needs to be.
Exactly.
And you're there. You're fighting. You're in the battle, and you're winning the war, man. And you're winning the battles.
Right.
But you're not going to win them all. Some of those people in the comments are going to go off the rails. I'll just tell you, I know you know that.
Oh yeah.
It changes nothing.
It changes absolutely nothing. On that, being the Nike of nutrition, what's one supplement that people absolutely waste their money on?
That's a really good question. I would say, just in general, or
yeah,
the one.
I would say from what I've experienced, what I talk to other nutritionists, I hear collagen.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why is because it doesn't hit your. People think, oh, you're doing a scoop. I'm getting 100% of the benefits.
No,
you're not.
Right.
You're probably going to get maybe 9 or 10% of that.
I agree with that.
Okay.
So out of all the supplements, you go to Costco, you get these. It's all marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, collagen is going to make your face glow and
right.
your okay. It's not. It's really not.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen anybody like head over heels on a collagen supplement ever. Now that I think about it, I've never seen that ad. I've taken collagen and it's changed my life. Ear movements.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, when's the last time? So like $50, $60 you're going to pay for a tub of it. And I was naive at one point. And I was like, oh, wow, this is going to, make my hair grow and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm not getting any, I didn't notice anything. And I was taking it for about a year. And I was talking to actually a couple of guys at the gym, Max being one of them. He knows a lot about nutrition, very knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. And he's like, dude, save your money. You're only getting about 8 or 9% of that.
Wow.
Of the benefit of that. So not knocking it, but I am. Yeah,
I mean, it's truthful. It's your experience. So no one can tell you your experience. You just shared it with us. And I'm 100% with you. I've never taken it, nor have I heard anybody say that they've gotten benefit out of collagen. So that's a fair assessment in my book. I don't know. And you're agreeing too, right?
No, I 100% agree. And I say that with experience. I work in physical therapy, have for the last 18, 19 years. And patients tried to take it to save their joints. And guess what? They end up getting a total knee replacement or a total hip.
Oh, my gosh.
For that reason, I know it doesn't work as effectively as they say it does.
Yeah, there might be some small benefit. I'm sure there is, but again, it's probably coming out in urine.
Exactly.
Glucosamine for your joints, yes.
Yeah.
I will say that works.
What about fish oil?
I think it has a lot of benefits that are good.
Yeah, I hear you have to stack it though.
Yeah.
Like hard.
Yeah. For me personally, I can't take it. I'm allergic to seafood, and I'll look like Will Smith from the movie Hitch if I do.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not going to be dating anybody around here on that one. Vitamin D has always been something that I'm hit and miss with. Are you guys looking at vitamin D at all? Any supplements? Any other supplements other than what you've got so far?
We in the past we've had whey protein powder.
Okay.
Vitamin D is kind of a misnomer. It's not actually a vitamin. It's a hormone, right? So
there you go.
There's plenty of it. You get about 15, 20 minutes of unexposed or unprotected sun exposure, and you're good.
Yeah.
So if you're extremely deficient, obviously you should supplement and take vitamin D.
All right. I got a question I usually ask bodybuilders, but I'm going to ask you. Steroids. What are your thoughts on steroids?
Me personally, I'm 100% against it.
Yeah.
If I was doing a competition in my early 20s and it's for a show and it's gonna, be a career thing, not to contradict what I just said in the beginning, but yeah, in my 20s, not long term, but just enough to get that established, get my name out there, and then kind of wing away from it. And when you do, you will see a significant difference in your body and possibly your mental health as well.
I've heard that.
When I think of steroids, I think of bro science. I don't think enough people educate themselves on how to do it, and they don't have the medical care. They're not doing the weekly blood work, and they're not doing those things that should go along with it. So in that realm, I think if you're doing it correctly, and it's not illegal to do if you're playing a sport or a professional athlete, by all means do it, but do it the right way, and do it for the right reasons.
I like that answer. I like both your answers.
But don't be that guy on YouTube with say like 2 million followers or 22 million views or whatever, and they're just walking around like this. And,
I'm all natty.
And I'm all natty, and then you look in the back, and their back looks like a back of a Nestle Crunch bar. You're just like, that's not natty, bro.
Yeah, the back knee. That's a dead giveaway, brother.
And it's sad because they don't live past their 25th birthday in some cases, and you do see I don't know the names, but there's some popular YouTube bodybuilders that gone viral, and their physique is amazing, and at 25, 26 they're deceased, and it's really unfortunate. Because they really abuse it. And like Cam was saying, if you do the proper blood work, you're monitoring it, and you're not abusing it, then possibly at a very young age.
You got to do it the right way.
You got to do it the right way.
You got to do it the right way.
I had a guy on my show. He went pro in 3 shows, which is unheard of. He was natural. He was natural. He was not natural. He's like, I had to do it. I had to make the jump.
I think so. To be competitive, I think you have to.
Yeah, he's like, my genetics are great. He's like, but genetics plus to get on the pro stage. And so he was telling me about his journey, and he said something very similar. He's like, I was very smart about it. I had to go get blood work and make sure that I was getting the right doctors involved on it, because you're going to see the gains, but you don't see the pains. And unfortunately, whenever you start to go that route from bro science, you're going to get bro science results.
Exactly.
So that's good. All right. So on the back of that, how do you make a supplement company like FDA approved, or what makes it safe? How do you guys clear the safety rung of this so that it's not bro science?
So our manufacturer does a really good job of testing all the products after run. So it's made in the FDA approved facility. Everything is GMP certified. So we actually get certifications that our products, what we say is in our products, is exactly what's in it. There's no fluff, there's no filler, there's no, like Nate said, there's no proprietary blends. We're not hiding any of the ingredients. And so all of our products come with that certification. And so that was one of the things why I wanted to source things in the US and not the UK or China. So we've got that covered. Our products are white glove, shelf ready, industry ready. They can sit on any shelf next to any product in any nutrition store or grocery store or whatever. We're ready to go.
Are you guys open to having people ask on your behalf to put your supplements on the shelves of, say, other supplement stores like GNC or
100%.
And if they make that introduction and put you on the store into a store, how does that work? They just hit you up on Instagram, or
just hit us up on Instagram. They can go to our website and contact us,
and it goes right to our business email. We both share that email, so we get it right away on our phones.
That's probably the best way then, huh?
It would definitely be the best way.
And we are actively looking to get big box store, presence. So
our ultimate goal and our vision is to be not only Nike nutrition, but waking up, going to Costco, you're like, wow, walk by, the Gravity Force area where you see all those other, brands, and they say, wow, they were on our show, last year. Now they're at Costco. Now they're at Target.com. Now they're at GNC.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal, is to get, and once when you get into Costco, I mean, Costco's all over the world.
Yes, it is.
And when you get in Costco, you get mass exposure.
Well, people are definitely going to buy it too.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever they see, American made, all natural, this is better than the other stuff I'm buying. That's Costco all day, man. You see those people all the time pushing those big carts. They're looking at labels.
Yeah. No,
they're looking at labels and where it's made. And
true story.
Or the samples too. When they try,
Ooh,
so that lemon lime, when you try that lemon lime, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is, it's.
I believe it. I believe it. You guys have not let me down ever. And I don't think that's ever going to be a letdown there, man. That's one of my favorite flavors.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with it.
I love lemon lime, man.
It's simple. It's traditional.
Yeah.
It goes down so good, and the aftertaste, it's amazing. But when people try that, especially at a sample in Costco, they're gonna, I need 3 bags, I need 5 bags, I need 6, I need to subscribe, and that's the ultimate end game, is like having those subscriptions, having a product in Costco where people see this logo and they're like, oh yeah. They're legit. Their stuff is fire.
You guys said you said subscription. What does a subscription look like? What is that?
So what a subscription looks like right now, if you were to go on our website and say you want 2 bags of electrolytes, or you want your pre-workout canister, you could get it for a really good discount. So we discount our so a monthly subscription. I mean, you could get our pre-workout for $34.99.
Wow.
And have it regularly shipped to you.
And literally shipped to you in about 72 hours.
Yeah.
And like I said, $10 off. I mean, that's really good.
Are you bundling this now? Are you bundling the electrolytes now that this is in the play?
We are going to be bundling. Actually, if you were to subscribe, we do have a subscription on that as well. So that's 10% off.
Okay.
For subscribing for electrolytes.
Yeah, we're going to put the link in the comments, and it's down here.
But I'm glad that you brought this up. So we do have a bundle deal that just launched yesterday.
Okay.
If you buy 2 packs of the Gravity Force electrolytes, you get 40% off of the pre-workout, the mango or the fruit punch. Mm-hmm. You buy 3 packs of the electrolytes, you get 50% off.
Oh wow!
On the pre-workout mango or fruit punch.
You're gonna see my name on that. I just want to let you know.
Yep. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Anybody wants to buy me anything? I would definitely like the electrolytes. I am a big electrolyte fan. Yeah. I would definitely like that at 50% off. You heard it, 50.
And if you get 4 electrolyte bags, you get 1 free.
I love it. That's awesome.
And that's all on our website right now.
We make it easy. We make it easy to get the product and keep the products going. So,
Well, so I've been a bucked up ambassador for 2 years now. And they say if I introduce them to a store, I get like another level of ambassador or whatever. And what they do at Bucked Up, I'm not going to share any of their secrets or anything. It's probably available, but I'll tell you as an ambassador, they give people vacations if they get them into enough stores. So like if I they have stars, selling some supplement, 1 star, selling multiple supplements, 2 stars, selling the supplements and doing a post on it, 3 stars, 4 stars starts to get me into a vacation. 5 stars gets me and my family into a vacation. So they that's how they incentivize the ambassadors. And then I get 10% off. I give the listeners 10% off. I give them my discount for being an ambassador, and that's how I do it.
I think you want to go to Tahiti. Is that what you're trying to do? You get us to a store, I will get you a trip and your family to Tahiti.
Tahiti.
You want to go to the moon with Elon Musk? We'll see. We'll get you on.
We'll work something out.
We'll get you on SpaceX.
Yeah, baby. No, I can see this going like fast. So real talk. How are you looking at when this starts to launch? Because people, once they find out about it, it's going to launch fast. What's your scaling look like right now?
It's funny that you say that, because right after this, we actually have a meeting with someone that's going to really take things.
We're already
to the next
anticipating.
Level.
Yes.
And
good.
It's almost like what our agenda is, because that's what we're working on right now. And we're very competitive
Yeah.
with the incentives, and we're actually more competitive than Bucked Up and all the other companies, and we'll beat them too.
We've realized, again,
I believe that.
this is new for us coming into this. So we're trying to live and think 8 months ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at. 8 months ahead.
I like that. So how are you living 8 months ahead? Are you doing calendar, like handwriting? How are you guys communicating? How does that look? Like, it's one thing to say that, but people heard that.
Yeah.
But what does it look like?
Well, 8 months is just making sure that when it does blow, that there's inventory for people to purchase, right? Because, we don't want the shelves empty.
Right.
When things go the way that we anticipate them going. So there's that. There is
products. We were talking about electrolytes back in December.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Additional products. So we're thinking about actually next year, like, okay, what products are we going to launch? Is it going to be are we going back to the whey protein powder? Are we doing BCAAs? So we're gauging all that.
Are you looking at cans, like doing can?
Nothing is.
You're not going to tell me about that. I got it. No, that's fair. You guys keep some secrets. That's 9 months. I got it.
That's 2027, actually.
So we've got some brains that are we're trying to think about that. So we know some people that specialize in that in that area. So we're definitely kind of scratching at the door for that, just to see if that's a viable option and how to go about manufacturing something like that.
We're actually going deeper. We're in about 9 to 12 months. We want to be able to do this full time. Where we're spending all of our time on Gravity Force and not working our day jobs. That's the ultimate goal.
I like that goal. I think you're on track to do it. How does a franchise work? Like, how can someone get in with you and do something like what you're doing at their location, say in Illinois or Ohio or, Florida? If somebody wants to have Gravity Force at their house and sell it, how do they do that? Is that an option you guys have yet?
Actually, we've got a couple opportunities on deck that we're working with.
Nice.
We've got people that we're working with in Barbados. We've got New Mexico, El Paso, San Francisco, Seattle. So we've already got things in place.
That's good.
So we're there. So if anybody wants to get at us,
now is the time.
Now's the time.
And check, I would say around the end of July, second week of August, you're going to see some movement on some of the things that we're kind of talking about right now. You're going to see us in different states and countries.
I can't wait. I follow you guys religiously. All right. I'm going to do a lightning round. But before I do that, something that always gets asked, that I know people who are watching this who may take pre-workout may be thinking, but should teenagers even be taking pre-workout?
We suggest 18 and older.
18 and older.
We suggest 18 and older.
Yeah.
So I've got kids. I would not let my children take it if they were under 18.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you and I both know there's some 16-year-olds. There's some 16-year-olds that are at our gym that you'll see come in with pounded down a Monster, or they'll go into their duffel bag and take the pre-workout.
Yeah.
That's not who we target. That's not our demographic that we target.
Yeah.
For the pre-workout.
So adults.
For adults.
It's for adults to do adult things.
That's right.
Exactly. Now,
do
if their
more
parents
adult things.
Yeah. Now, if their parents want to give their 16-year-old,
that's parenting.
it's up to them.
All right. Here we go. Lightning round.
Okay.
This is going to be an easy one. Coffee or pre-workout?
Pre-workout.
Pre-workout.
All right. Creatine, yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Best recovery habit?
Ooh, best recovery habit. Beet juice or sweet potatoes or yams.
I like that.
Recovery, depending on what it is, but I would say, me personally, sauna, and I like the cold.
Oh, well, I like that
cold
too.
tub.
All right. Most underrated supplement?
Ooh, most underrated supplement.
Doesn't get enough credit.
Okay, so it's another electrolyte brand that I love and that I used, EFS. Electrolyte Fuel Systems.
Okay.
I used that exclusively when I was training for the Ironman.
And now you'd be using this.
And now I'm going to use my own.
Yeah, that's right. What about you?
I would say this is kind of random, but biotin.
Biotin, yeah. All right. Favorite workout?
HIIT style workout.
HIITs. All right.
High intensity.
Intensity. Yeah. All right.
Hiking. But I would say if we were talking about exercise, I would definitely say upper body.
Okay. Cardio or lifting?
Ooh, both.
Cardio or lifting?
Cardio or lifting?
You can only do one today. Cardio or lifting?
At 49, cardio.
Cardio.
No.
Cardio, no.
Lifting.
Most overrated fitness trend?
I don't know what we should say.
Do it.
Most overrated fitness trend. Okay, let's just put it out there. People gonna hate me. You might get hating off of this. I'm gonna say CrossFit.
CrossFit.
Yeah.
I don't hate you. I don't like CrossFit at all. I think there's a time and a place for it, but it ain't every day.
Yeah.
I would say, and I haven't done this, but hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
I actually like hot yoga.
I feel dirty for saying it. I'm just saying. Hot yoga. And I'm like, my kids hear me? All right. All right. So one piece of advice for someone trying to get in shape. And this is America nowadays, man.
Sure. I would say if you haven't worked out and you're trying to get into it, start off slow. Start off with a walk. Walk around your community in the morning or in the evening. Start off with a walk. That walk leads to jogging. Try jogging after 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
After jogging, then start doing a light run. You got to start somewhere. You can't just go into the gym and go on the treadmill at 7.2 and just run 3.1 miles. It's not going to, with 5 incline, it's not going to happen.
I wear, plated vest too if I'm first starting out.
There you go. Yes.
Right.
No, but
Overdoing it, I guess.
But I would say, and if you're trying to lose the weight, it's 80% diet, 20% working out. So, the abs are made in the kitchen. If you're trying to get to the point where you're trying to slim out and everything, focus on your eating, focus on your diet, but do baby steps. Go for a walk. A walk's not going to kill you. Everybody could walk.
I'm going to say just be consistent.
Yeah.
Make it a lifestyle instead of a fitness trend. Be consistent.
How do you end up being consistent? How have you found yourself to be consistent?
Like I said, I get up at 3:59 every day, and I give myself the count of 3, and I get up.
Okay.
No matter what.
You do
whether I feel like it or whether
1, 2,
or not.
3, and
1, 2, 3, and I'm up.
That's a samurai practice, right?
I know. I know.
The samurais make all decisions in 3 seconds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I'm a student too.
I see this.
I meditate daily. I have a meditation space in my home, and so I kind of adopted a lot of the, like you say, the samurai, the Zen-ness of Eastern medicine, Eastern philosophy. So, just kind of.
Do you do any breathing exercises as well?
Only when I sit in meditation.
Okay.
So, I do. I meditate regularly. I've been practicing meditation for almost 30 years, 25, 30 years.
So you're not going to stop that either?
Oh, no.
No, it's definitely helped.
No, that's meditation has probably helped me more than anything.
Has it unlocked parts of your brain? I've heard people talk about it, but not really extensively.
No, it has. It definitely it allows you the opportunity to slow things down. Where once upon a time you become reactionary to everything that happens in your life, whatever it may be, right? Something at work and you instantly react to it. And I think what meditation has done for me, it's given me the ability to pause and kind of turn down the volume just a little bit. It gives you a little extra time to think and process and focus.
That's important.
Yeah.
It's important now.
Yeah. So definitely mastering the mind, mastering the self is the biggest thing that I could have ever done for myself is meditate.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's amazing. All right. So how did you limit yourself to certain things? Because I know you are, you go after things fast. So how did you limit yourself whenever you're trying to get to the next level of fitness? Because you're giving advice And I could tell there's a personal aspect to the advice you gave.
Yeah, I would say, you know, taking it one step at a time. You know what I mean? I don't want to get to the point where I overtrain. And there's been times where I have overtrained and it kind of, it hurt me in the long run. You know what I mean?
Train.
So overtraining, there have been times where I'll go to jiu-jitsu and then after jiu-jitsu, I'll go hit the weights. And then I'll do that the next morning and then I'll do 2 classes. And now I'm just not allowing myself to rest. So rest is essential. So I would say more so kind of limit. You don't have to work out every single day.
Yeah.
But I would say resting is key and body maintenance is key. You know, chiropractor, massage, those kind of things.
Massage, huh?
Oh yeah, you got it at least once a month. You know,
what kind of massage? Like deep tissue?
Deep tissue, because you get
hot rocks.
Yeah, if it's available. But me personally, I like the cupping.
The cupping?
Because
have you ever tried the needles?
I have. Especially when I had a shoulder impingement. I had it right here because I couldn't even lift my arm up. So I'm like this right here, but they put the needles in here. Yeah. And I had the therapy on that for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm like.
But you're a cupping fan. So yeah, I stopped you on that. Why cupping?
Cupping kind of releases the muscle tension, the knots in my back or in my shoulder area. So I'll have that kind of that knot where I'm just like, oh, I need to rub this out or whatever. But if I have the cupping right here, it kind of releases like the blood flow and it kind of makes it where I'm like, okay, it feels like my body, it has like a reset button in the back. It was like, okay, hit the reset, boom, my body's back to normal now. So cupping is, you know, definitely vital. It for me it is.
How long have you been doing cupping, Nate?
I've been doing cupping for about 2 years now.
All right.
So
you're not going to stop?
I'm not going to stop, no. And that's part of my massage regimen.
How'd you get introduced to cupping?
Because I started looking at some of the UFC fighters, and when you see, like, I'm a big UFC fan, and I started seeing all the circles. I'm like, why are all these guys have all the, you know, what's the benefit? I started educating myself about the benefits of it. And I'm like, oh wow, this is exactly what I'm dealing with. You know, doing jiu-jitsu, doing, you know, working out, hitting the weights and everything. So I'm like, you know, how can I maximize, you know, the healing process, and what can I do to kind of get to the point where I can heal faster and without taking all kinds of extra stuff. You know, I don't like ibuprofen. I try to do stuff the natural way. I take turmeric. You know, I try to do CBD oil for my back for pain. I stay away from the Bengay and all that other stuff that has all kinds of chemicals and stuff like that. So cupping was a complete game changer. And when I say cupping, I'm not talking about 2 or 3 little cups. I'm talking about my whole entire back. I have about probably 25, 30 marks on my back, and I feel brand new.
You do it quarterly or you do it monthly?
I do it monthly.
Yeah. That's good.
It's like a reset button. Every month, I'm just like, okay, I'm good. And, you know, and it's, you know how it is doing jiu-jitsu. You're rolling with these 20-year-olds. They go at you.
They go at you hard because they want to prove something.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you guys talk to each other so well? Because you guys are always connected. Is it phone calls? Do you do nightly syncs? Like how do you do the system that's working for you?
Nate, you think of what I'm thinking? Nope.
No, we have a like a Tuesday kind of like a debrief call, like at the beginning of the week, where we'll sit down and any new things that come up, we kind of like, you know, level set, just say, hey, you know, this is what's going on, this is what's in the hopper, we need to hop on this, or we need to take care of this. Then Friday we have another debrief, like at end of the week, like, okay, this is what we need to focus on next week, these are the calls that we need to make. But ultimately we are in continuous contact, mostly text message, but you know, at the end of the day, we're brothers, you know, and
it's important.
You know, I have family. Just because you're related to somebody by blood doesn't mean they're your true brother, and that they have your best interests. You know, when I first met Cameron, you know, he's just been a true brother, somebody that I trust, and it's all about integrity. And if you don't have that, you don't have anything. You know, so I trust him with my life. I trust him, you know, doing business, and our communication is next level, to the point where I disagree with something, but it's not like, oh, this is a crap idea. I'll give him a rationale, say, hey, I don't like it because it may look unprofessional, he'll be like, okay, I get it. Vice versa. You know, I might present something or I might post something, he'll delete it, but instead of being kind of an asshole about it, be like, oh, your stuff is horrible, he'll give me a rationale, be like, yo, I think it was a good idea to delete this because, you know, you don't want our brand to look weak or whatever the case is.
And whatever it was, yeah.
And it's all about understanding.
Well, it's honesty, it seems like.
Yeah. It's all honesty.
It's honesty.
Yeah. And you only get that with real family that you choose, and people miss that. So it seems like you guys have grown into a family type of environment. All right. I'm going to go into, this is the last question I always ask. So we'll start with you, Cam. What's one piece of advice that you'd give somebody that you would give to, well, let's give it to yourself, like 10 years ago, that might help somebody like get to your status today?
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. If you're convicted, if it's talking to you for a reason.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. It's in the back of your mind. It's there when you wake up. It's there when you go to sleep. Something speaking that into you. And if you're convicted in that, don't quit.
All right.
Don't quit.
But you said you quit.
I almost quit.
Ah.
I almost quit.
Almost quit.
I almost quit.
So would you say that not quitting has a lot to do with those that you put in your corner?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it. All right. Yeah, don't quit. That's a David Goggins for sure.
I've read the book. In fact, I see you have the book.
Yeah,
so
I got all of his books, man. Yeah. I didn't get to serve with him. I served with a lot of his team in Afghanistan, but now he's back in the Air Force. So you know, my 20-year-old bonus son is going through was going through Air Force special warfare training. He's like, David Goggins is here. We're not supposed to tell anybody. You probably know. I'm like, I do, and I have thoughts on that. I mean, he shouldn't be there, in my opinion. I think he should be doing what he was doing, not in the Air Force, but whatever. So, whatever. You know, he failed out of Air Force, a special operations training to be a pararescue man, and he became a TAC-P, and then he became a Navy SEAL later. So I think he's trying to write something that he put in his book.
Gotcha.
You know, hey, you know, I don't always win, you know, but you know, it's whatever, don't stop. Which is Michael Jordan says that, you know, I lost so many games, whatever, and just don't stop. Tiger Woods, I know what just happened with him, but he ain't stopping. He's not going to stop. All the greats never stop. That's great advice. Thank you, my friend. All right, Nate. What's one piece of advice you would give to yourself 10 years ago that would help you get to the status that you are in now?
God first. Put God with your plans first.
Yeah.
Then don't allow a job to dictate your future in whatever you want to do. If there's something deep down, everybody has something deep down what they want to do in life, but it's kind of hard to accomplish that, you know, that goal because you're tied down with a job that you're working 8-10 hour shifts, and by the time you're done with the week, you have Saturday and Sunday. You have Saturday to, you know, rest and spend time with the family or do whatever. Then Sunday, you got to get back to the grind. And it consumes so much of your time. But if you put God first, allow him to guide you to wherever you want to be or whatever you want to do, you can't lose with God in your corner.
I like it. Well, one of the 10 Commandments says you're supposed to take a Sabbath day, but Jesus didn't. So I'm torn.
I try on Sunday I try my best to lock my office and
how does that work?
Not go. It's hard. It's very hard to do that. I'm working on it though, and in time it will be consistent. But it's really hard when you have something lined up on Monday. You absolutely have to get on this computer. Otherwise, your Monday is going to just be a crap show.
Oh, yeah, I get it. All right. Well, I promised the listeners that we'd talk about Gravity Force as a name. So I want to end that question with both of you guys telling me Gravity Force's story. Please tell me how you guys chose Gravity Force.
So Gravity Force, there is, I guess, what do you call it, metaphysical, some philosophical undertones to the name, to the logo design. Most people see the logo and they see it's just a circle, but it's not. It is a solar eclipse, right? And then there's a little zen-ness to it as well. Gravity force, when you train, when you exercise, is what forces are you going against? You're going against gravity. So it just seemed fitting, to use the sun, right, and the force of gravity to kind of help us win.
I love that. And Nate, do you have anything to add to that?
He pretty much covered everything that I was going to say.
I see it on the label. Whenever I saw the logo for the first time, I was like, that's cool. I wonder why it looks like that. The bottom's a little thicker than the top. And
it's an eclipse.
That's so cool.
Eclipse.
That's so good. And then you get to be that eclipse. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, both for coming in.
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah. I can't wait.
It's all mine.
I can't. Yeah. It's all mine. It's all mine.
It's mine.
I can't wait to share this with the world. Thank you so much for all the advice, the wisdom, and the things you've given to us today. I just wanted to say thank you. And on that note, I'm going to close out the show. Thanks again for joining us on Targeted Podcast. We're a top 1% podcast because of people like you who want to get better at whatever you do. So until next time, aim for excellence and stay on target. I'm Atlas Aultman. Good night.
Stay with us as we stay on target with another awesome episode coming up next. We'll see you there. And subscribe to Targeted now. Entrepreneurs, you're wasting money. Are you paying for TV, radio, maybe even newspapers? I gotta tell you, that's all dead. What's new? Well, I'm glad you asked, Atlas. It's podcasting. Just so happens I have a very successful podcast that I can put you on. And we're looking for guests. So if you have a product or service that will help people, hit us up. Atlas Aultman Targeted Podcast. We bring new audiences to new people, and we bring new people to, you. Check us out.